everyone, welcome to the Creative InnerView. I am Erica Orr, here with Joi Cole. She is an extreme abstract mixed media artist. How are you doing today, Joi?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
exciting.
for coming. So let's just dive right in. So what does it mean to be an extreme abstract artist?
For me, my extreme abstract art just basically means super extreme, no boxes, no categories, just kind of feeling like stepping out, just being not what society's lines define.
Awesome. So I know, I know a little bit. I've done a podcast together, so I know a little bit about you. But for those who haven't heard about you in your past, tell us about yourself.
So I started doing art. I've been doing all my art all of my life, but I moved to DC, and I randomly got this gig with the National Law Center, and they honored me to do their award plaques. And from then on, I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life. So in June, I recently moved to San Diego, and from then it's just kind of been cutthroat. I'm on the scene, I'm taking action,
Nice.
and I'm here,
Awesome. And then you moved to June, and you moved here by yourself.
Yes, I came here completely by myself. I came here with a backpack.
And how old are you again?
20.
Exactly.
I was 19 at the time when I moved.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I felt like, at the time I was about to be 20, and I'm like, I'm going to be 20 soon. Like, I can't be in the same spot. I want to make an impact, and I'm doing what I can here in DC, but I need to see the world. I want the world to see my art.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then how did you choose San Diego?
So I just choose San Diego based off the location geographically. I mean, I really didn't know anything about San Diego. I didn't know anybody who was here. I just chose it because of the weather. It was near Mexico. I heard it doesn't rain. So
Well, tell us a little bit about your creative process. How do you start one piece of work and end up finishing it?
Cool. Okay, so start with a blank canvas. I like to work big. And my creative process is super organic. I will just start a painting, and it'll be a random splatter of paint, or it'll be a random marker stroke. And I kind of figure out what I want to build from there. So let's say I have like a swoosh on the board. I'm like, I can make this to a face. And then when I process that, I just keep going. The minute I get a thought about something like a concept, I'm going to do a face, I just keep going from then, and I build on from then, and I kind of maneuver through it. Also, when I am working, I can't have an unfinished painting, right? So I can't be working on in the middle of a painting and not finish it. Like, it has to be done. So often I'll start, and then 2 days later, that's 2 all-nighters of coffee. I recently started drinking coffee.
Oh, God.
And I am on like black coffee levels. So
really?
Yeah.
It's gonna start to shooting up the espresso, right?
Yeah. So it really helps me finish my work, and it helps me follow through. But for my process, again, it's just super organic. It's so fun that way, and I feel like this is what true art is and should be.
So there's no pre-drawing, there's nothing.
No,
it's literally you have the line, and then the image will come to you.
Right. There's no pencil. There's no pre-thinking about it prior to putting it on the canvas. No, it's just when I get the canvas, what am I feeling right now?
And then why do you feel that you can't leave a painting unfinished?
That's such a good question, because I'm currently, it's hard because sometimes I want to I want to sleep tonight, but I feel excited, I'll be midway through a piece, and just to see it how it is and the potential that it could be, I get so excited. And I'm like, I have to finish this. I have to show people, wherever show I'm exhibiting at, it has to be there.
Well, do you want to tell us about this piece that you brought?
Yes, so I brought this piece because this kind of reeks some controversial. Some parents don't want their kids to see it. But I actually started with the blue figure, and it just started as her face. You know, I actually came home one day, it was about 3 a.m. I came home from an art exhibition and I did a swoosh, which is her eyelashes. And I was like, okay, this is some kind of like girl boy. But if you can see it, they're two like human figures, but the person with the male genitalia is in female colors and glitter, and the person with the boobs and her curvy like hips is in male colors, which are like these blues and these greens. And I want it to be kind of non-binary. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a guy and a girl. It could be 2 guys, it could be 2 girls, it could be a girl, a guy, up, you know, upside down, flip it around, you know. So I just followed through with this one. Started with the face, the body, the second body. I wanted there to be some type of dynamic between the two. So
I feel like that's important in your work, right? Like the non-binary.
Yes,
right?
In a lot of my work, I usually don't have like even a skin color, like, or I'll have like, you can't tell if it's necessarily a girl or necessarily a guy. And I really like to play on that because I feel like, you know, I'm not always gonna be around to explain the piece, and I want it to be open to anybody's interpretation. And it just allows more connections to the piece if I don't stick genders or age or race with my characters. So, yeah.
Do you think that like this could be either a conscious or a subconscious way of like the theory or the philosophy that we're like all one? You know, like that universal connection. That's why maybe you do like the non-binary type stuff.
Yeah, I really do feel that. Like I just think that it's part of that non-categorization, you know?
Accepting people or accepting
exactly
things for
how they are and who they can be and who they want to be. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know it's important to you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What does being creative mean to you?
It means everything to me. I'm a true believer in organic creativity, which is, I mean, even how I start my creative process with how it'll be from completely me, you know, no outside sources. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing, cool. But for me, it's just the organicness, you know, no outside sources, completely from my head, completely from inner me. And sometimes I feel like my paintings, you know, I may not even know what they mean to me, but they'll be something that maybe from my past life, or maybe, you know, from something that's deep inside my head. And so when I bring that out through my organic process, I can see that, and it's just beautiful.
And then how does creativity or being creative transform your life or help your life?
I mean, it's definitely changed my life, just me taking the step to decide to be an extreme abstract mixed media painter. But this is like the true utilization of my expression of me. You know, I could not really express myself any other way but these paintings. So
basically, if you weren't able to create, it's like, why even
exactly
exist?
Yeah. Plus I'm a Leo, so I need to constantly be showing myself and trying to express myself in whatever way. The biggest lesson is, you know, this is what you make it, right? So I don't believe in such thing as an art scene, you know. I think it's what you make it, and my determination and how far I want to go with my painting career is what I make it. So I guess my biggest lesson to myself is kind of being that, just my personal management and being that for myself, guiding myself. And it's just, you have full control over whatever you want to do, you know? So I just believe in myself.
So then how does so now reality mixing in with that, like the actual like business side of it, what have you had to do to navigate that?
One thing is I try to meet as many people as I possibly can, and I'm always open into things that other people know. And obviously from there it's like deciding, okay, what do you want to take in from this? But let's say I'm at, you know, an exhibition and there's 50 people, you know, I'm going around and I'm mingling around. I may have a notebook and just like meet these people with just this blank, open to whatever information they may share with me. And from that information, I use that to guide myself. You know, they may tell me about a gallery, they may tell me about somebody or a place, or, oh, Tuesday night is this, you know, I'm just like taking that all in, and I'm gonna look into it, and then I'm just gonna do it, you know?
So then what has been your biggest, or up to this point in your life, in your artistic life, what do you feel has been your biggest achievement that you're most proud of so far?
I mean, I'm proud of everything. I mean, every little thing leads to another big thing and stuff like that. Probably something on paper would be the art show that I just curated. Yeah, so I curated the show. I hosted about 15 other artists, and it was great for me because, again, like when you're trying to navigate through the art world, it's constantly going through other people is not a thing. And, you know, for me, if I really want to do this into my life, I can't keep going through other people. I can't keep, you know, going through other things. I have to make that happen for myself. So me curating that show was like really huge for me, and it just screamed my independence, and I love to be in full control, because that's the only way that you can really, you know, if you're in full control, and you know, I loved it that way.
You're the creator of your life.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
And then I guess my second to last question is, did you make that opportunity yourself, or was it presented to you?
So I pushed for it. So Our Safe Place, which is a LGBTQ drop-in center, I was going there back when I first came to San Diego, and I had nothing and knew nobody. But I kind of went to them, and it was just random. I was venting to them about kind of some of the downfalls that I do experience out here in the art world, like, again, going through people and other people's curating shows, and I was really down about it, but I kind of pushed it onto them, like, I should do something in this space. I want to utilize this space. And again, it's just full utilization of my resources. I mean, obviously they loved me, they loved my art, and they had faith in me, but it actually came through, and it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it was a success?
It was.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Joi, for coming here.
Of course, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
having me.
Do you want to tell everybody where they can find you online?
Yes, so my website is joicoleart.wordpress.com. My Instagram is at joicoleart. I do also have a Twitter. It's joyx100. I'm going to be on YouTube soon doing some still time-elapsed videos of my painting process, so you guys can see that. So stay tuned. Yeah.
Nice. And then you never stop. So
never stop.
This is going to keep on.
Yeah. I'm never stopping, ever. So.
Awesome. Well,
yes.
cool. Well, thank you, Joi.
Thank you.
And thank you for everyone for joining today.
Yay.